you a product that's pinned because I want to talk about what I want to talk about. Because people got me all riled up. Let's discuss. I was going to talk about this lovely humidifier. But you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk politics. Let's have an open discussion about what's really going on in the world. Or America, okay? Home of the free. I guess technically we have a lot to be grateful for. I don't want to dismiss that, but so anywho, I was saying what they can do now. Okay, this growing GDP. Like, why are you listening to the news? Why the fuck are you still listening to the fucking new, like the same, like, okay, what do they call it? Mainstream media? I don't want to use the buzzwords, but like ABC, okay, the same news networks that are owned by the same conglomerate, which they're given the agenda, and that's why it's like spoon-fed to you, like what the major news development is going to be for that day, and you'll see it on all the channels. Do you understand that? So yeah, when you watch the news and you're like, oh wow, the GDP went up, and you start telling me, oh, the economy's great, the stock market is booming, inflation's down to the 3 point whatever percent now. They want it at 2%, because they're fucking robbers anyway, because it should be deflation, because the cost of things should go down in a real free fucking market that doesn't get fucking bailed out by the motherfucking people, okay? Because GDP is growing, that means that, now they're actually adding government jobs, okay? So the GDP is actually government spending. A good chunk of it is the government spending. And when I say that, I mean, what are they doing? Creating money out of fucking thin air. And then what do they do with it? What do they do with that money? You might ask. Oh, well then we sell the debt so that it gets paid back, but we have to pay more back to get people to buy it. Do you really fucking think? I want to know. Somebody debate me. Bring somebody on here that really wants to, I want to debate a liberal. And I'm not a Republican, totally. I'm not, okay? I'm both parties, whatever. I might lean towards some morals, we don't have, late term. I mean, we don't have abortion, okay? Come on. I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but when you're taking body parts out of a woman's womb and you want to call that, being a proactive, planning your parenting, hood, whatever the fuck I'm using code words, get it? You gotta, whatever. But honestly, both sides are it's the people in them, they lack integrity, and I guarantee you that there's a lot of Republicans lining their pockets with all this war money, okay? They buy stocks. They're like, oh, we're going to have this war. We're going to sell these weapons. This is what they're doing. They're selling weapons to fucking Israel. And you know what else they're doing? There's innocent Palestinians. There are innocent people, okay, that really don't deserve that shit, displaced. And so the U.S. government is dropping food, blocks of food that's it's crazy what's happening. So they're funding both sides of the war, which is what they always do. Okay, they play both sides, and they literally they're warmongers. And who the fuck thinks that Joe Biden is doing a good job? I want to know, how is he doing a good job? Like, how? Like, what the fuck is he doing other than confusing his fucking words? And you want to point out one time that Trump fucking fumbled something up because he called fucking Nikki Haley, fucking, Nancy Pelosi, because you know what? They kind of are about the same, sewn of the same cloth, whatever the fuck that term is. Biden is a multi-million... Biden, like, I don't give a fuck about Biden. He's a fucking piece of shit liar. Period. He's not running shit other than this country in the fucking ground. And he's part of the big agenda. The whole freaking agenda they got. The 2030... you will own nothing and you will be happy and you will eat less meat. And you have to become more comfortable with refugees because of climate change, and you will get a climate tax, and if you want an organ, one will be created for you in a lab. So by 2030, they're going to have that technology. What do you think that they don't really do now? They cloned Dolly the sheep in 1997. Okay? So, they don't clone other things? No, that doesn't happen. Nobody thinks about this kind of stuff. They really believe that, like, none of this sinister stuff is happening. Like, I'm sick of it, quite frankly. Like, I just am disgusted with humanity, honestly. Like, the more I learn, the more I'm like, what the fuck, you know? Because I didn't know a lot of stuff, and then I learned it, and then a lot of people that are old-timers already know this shit. Oh God, learn more about the U.S. elections. It's a disclaimer on here. Learn more about it. Make sure you're registered, because our democracy is our biggest threat. Our democracy is our biggest threat, guys. Really. Yeah, actually it is. They're not lying about that. They're not. So, if you're still fucking stoned, like, if you, like, I just can't. My brain hurts. I'm so horrified by these, like, people walking around like zombies that really think, you know, when you actually can find out what's really going on in the, like, financially, and, that the banks are actually, like, they're actually hurting. Guess what? We actually have a banking crisis. Did you know that? Did you know there's an actual banking crisis happening, but they're not telling you about it? Do you get that? Why? Did you know that our whole system is ran on us taking out more debt? Our economy only works if we take out more debt. And more debt is created, and that people have faith in the United States dollar so that they will continue to buy the fucking debt. Okay? Do you fucking get that? Like, where's my liberal? Where's my liberal that wants to tell me that, like, quantitative easing is good and debt is good? And, like, I want to scream. Seriously. At what, like... because when you learn this stuff, it's like, holy shit. And the fact that, like, you know, they don't teach you this, obviously, nobody really wants you to know any of this stuff. You actually have to figure it out on your own. If you're smart enough to even desire to do that, most people want to stay, you know, like a mushroom or something, you know, in a dark, wet place, and just, you know, that's why they legalize marijuana. You know what I'm saying? That's why they didn't close down the liquor stores during COVID. Like, wake up. Like, people need to, like, seriously open their eyes. The amount of people that, will try to tell me that that's not proven, or something's propaganda, when it's not. Or it's a conspiracy, when it's fucking not. Like, I have literally documented fucking proof. But the problem is you gotta go track it down and go down the rabbit hole, and you gotta really dig deep to discover this truth, because guess what? They don't fucking put it out there. In fact, they have their little fucking fact checkers, and their Wikipedia's fucking gone too. You can't even trust that. You can't even edit that. Try to fucking edit that. Remember when everyone could contribute? My IP address is fucking blocked from contributing. Oh. Why? Wonder why. Oh, because I tried to edit something? Yeah, you can't really do that. You can't. And, you have to, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just people don't want to believe that things are really that sinister, you know? And, yeah, the banks are hurting. Why? Why are the banks hurting? Oh, because, you know, the housing market, like, who's buying houses? Did you guys realize that, like, they're saying it's a housing shortage? No, actually, people aren't fucking listing because they're not getting top dollar, and the interest rates are so fucking, like, 7% or something. There's people losing their houses because they didn't budget well, and they bought a big ass fucking $300,000 house, and oh my god, I got a $3,400 mortgage payment. Oh, and then the insurance went up. You know, it's like, oh, I can't afford my insurance now. Oh, and my taxes went up because my home values went way up. And now I'm bought out of my house. And not me, but that's what other people have done. Because there's people that are like house poor. There's people that are like with $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 fucking trucks. Okay, making a $1,400, that's a mortgage payment. To drive a big fucking truck around and look like some hotshot. You know what you look like? A moron. Okay? I'd rather see the guy with the freaking 25-year-old fucking jalopy, or like a Ford fucking Focus. I don't give a fuck if it's paid off. He's got more brains than the guy with the fucking big ass fucking giant gas guzzling. Like, come on, man. Like, whatever. They want you in debt because their system only functions if you're in debt. Period. So guess what? Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, said there will be pain. You know what that means? Unemployment is supposed to go up. He needs unemployment to go up so that people stop just spending like fucking madman. You know, they pumped out so much stimulus, like all that money, and all these idiots that really thought that was great, and it went to the people. Oh yeah, your little $600 fucking piddly ass check, really? Meanwhile, back in Ukraine, it's like, oh, let's just give hundreds of billions of dollars to fund all these wars, and let's just sell weapons on both sides, and like play like we really give a, you know, ooh, America is really, you know, it's a joke. And I don't get it. I get the people that are like, maybe like more communist and in their little in their little brain, that like people could really be kind to one another and actually like allocate resources appropriately and equally, and we don't really need like mega rich. Like, I get where they're coming from, but those are the same people that will like scream for more government. Have you not figured out that more government is not a good thing? That government is like literally has screwed everything up. Like, their government waste, the budgeting, the people that they elect because of identity politics, like the playing against the people because they want the people stupid and fighting. They want us fighting over between our candidate. So they did the same fucking thing. Are you fucking, like, do you not think it's weird that Trump is the front runner? Like, do you not find that suspicious, like, one bit? Do you? Does anybody out there not think that this is like a setup? Like, because they know that they know that they know that if one other person would possibly slip in that wasn't Trump, that they would actually be in trouble. Because 60% of Americans, you know, there's still 40 that are pretty fucking lost and are like, hey, Biden's doing a great job. Anybody but Trump. Ugh. Why? Because what? You're like listening to your anti-Trump propaganda over and over and over and over again? Oh, you know why he got impeached? Do you know why? He was fucking impeached because he asked Zelensky about the corruption that the Bidens did. That's literally what got him fucking impeached, guys. Like, why are you so fucking, like, I don't get it. Where are people's, like, heads? Does anybody not have, like, two brain cells to rub together? Like, seriously, like Hunter Biden was on the board of a Ukrainian natural gas company. He was a board member. There is a laptop that like literally is real, that was confirmed that it was real. You can look up all the information yourself, but people don't want to look at it because they just want to believe what they want to believe. They want to believe what they're told. They don't want to hear, oh no, that thing people are corrupt. And that they've been lied to, and that they've believed a lie. God forbid they have to accept that this is a setup. Like the fact that Kamala Harris is our fucking vice president is appalling to me. That should like make everybody like horrified. Like literally, like that lady would be second in line to the most powerful country on the planet. She is second in command. Like, have you ever, like, actually listened to her speak? Have you? Like, I really want to know, Mr. Liberal. Not that I'm, like, 100% Republican. Both parties suck because they're all against the people. They are against us because they're all ran by the big bankers that started off in the North and created the Civil War so that they could basically force us into slavery by saying, hey, we'll pay you a minimum wage. You know, I mean, come on. I can't anymore. The fact that Kamala, like, the people that looked at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and thought, oh my God, it's so great to see a woman of color have power. Like, who the fuck cares what gender or what color she is? Like, that is your criteria for running a fucking country? With foreign leaders, like, you know, Putin, that he's so bad. Yeah, okay, you know, NATO was not supposed to keep going over to his border. Like, NATO wasn't supposed to go, like, 30 fucking countries over to his fucking border. Do you really think that, like, that wasn't, like, just, like, do you not believe that, what if they just said, the Russians are invading Ukraine, so it's our chance to move in? Do you know that they, they've pushed a foreign dictator over the edge? That's bad foreign policy. It was, like, literally, written in their laptop. Like, they planned this thing in 2015 that they were going to go in, do this whole thing. Again, you got Hunter Biden, the head of Burisma, Ukrainian natural gas company. Natural gas. Should I repeat this? Because what really happened is, remember the pipeline that Putin had? Remember how he was providing them natural gas? Do you remember how he was supplying Europe natural gas? And then do you remember how, like, all of a sudden, like, oil prices shot up And you got Lindsey Graham, yeah, we're going to stick it to Putin. They brainwash the Americans because you know what they think? They think you're stupid. Our politicians think you are stupid. Like, truly. And you know what? I can see why. No, I'm actually not making it up, sir. I'm actually not making that up, sir. We actually, the United States, took over the gas lines and the Nord Stream pipeline was blown up, sir. It was blown up and the United States made a shit ton of fucking money selling liquid natural gas. Do you even fucking work in that industry? Because that's the industry I work in, okay? I had to tell my customers, like, I don't know why it's going up so high. It's this Ukraine. Yeah, do you even understand that they actually will trade liquid natural gas? It's on the Henry Hub. You can Google the Henry Hub since Google's probably your god and probably your encyclopedia. So you Google the Henry Hub and you see the natural gas chart. See how low it is. Why don't you look at how much it fucking spiked in 2022 when Ukraine and just so conveniently was impeded by Russia. Yeah, and then, the fucking pipeline is fucking blown up. And who the fuck did it? Who blew up the fucking pipeline? Seriously. Because it was blown up. By the same people that really give a fuck about the environment? The biggest natural gas leak ever in fucking history in our oceans? And they give a fuck. The same people that take their private jets to fucking Switzerland and try to tell us that we will fucking own nothing and we will be fucking happy. And that's who you guys fucking listen to. And I can't handle it anymore. I can't even fucking deal with it anymore. And I'm not saying, like, oh my god, Trump's fucking perfect, like, but you fucking lost if you don't even think that that's fucking suspicious, that he's even the fucking best that they fucking have, like, really? No, because they're gonna do the same goddamn shit they already fucking did. They're gonna fucking do the same thing. This is what's gonna happen. And the reason why, the stock market is all-time high and they're lying to you and telling you that the economy is great. Absolutely, Leon. So you've got this fake great economy when the banks are really hurting and, why don't you look at commercial-backed security loans? Why don't you look at those? Why don't you actually maybe do some other research other than, see, Leon lives in Germany, and he's like, yeah, we all know that the U.S. blew that, like, they all know, right? The Germans know, like, literally. But Americans are just so stuck on your fucking little propaganda machine. They can't even get off of it. They just, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. And the economy is not good. That's all I can say. They're keeping it together so that they can get their Biden back in there. And then 2025, they're going to say, by the way, guys, it's not a soft landing. It's going to be tough, guys, but we're going to get together and, it's just like, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how the debt can keep going and going and going. Our economy is one that only runs on debt being created. But nobody, like, most people don't know that. So when I talk about this kind of stuff, people act like they know what I'm talking about, but they really fucking don't. All they know is, I've got this little paycheck, and I pay my mortgage, and I, like, pay for my food and everything I need, and occasionally I'll use my credit card when I can't, when my paycheck's not enough and I don't really have much for savings. That's the average person. Do you see other countries doing what we are doing? I don't. Yeah, actually, yeah. Supposedly, like, they're very, like, much all, like, kind of ran on this central bank, like, system that, like UK's in trouble and they're bringing in the refugees. We're all on, we're, like, on this world, like, global agenda or something. It's, like, really weird. Like, it's like all these things where you're like, oh my god, that's just, that couldn't be true. It made me look into it and was like, holy fuck. Like, and the more you look into it, the more you're like, it's like you don't want it to be true. Europe is in the same shit. Yeah, I know. And that's why they got the World Economic Forum. If you actually look up the world, America is behind so much of the misery in the world. I know. And it sucks because I, like, was so patriotic. But again, I think the Constitution is wonderful. But when people, you know, don't follow it, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You know? So. And it's just, it's definitely not been, there's a you know. That's what a lot of people don't understand with this whole, they don't even get the popular vote and the mob mentality, and that the two-party was supposed to give us checks and balances, and we were supposed to have the three, you know, branches, and it was all designed, you know, but then you find out, oh, really, was it really just designed to keep us under Britain because the BBC News Network, like, runs all the other fucking world news networks, so we're all just in this big shitstorm. Honestly, starting with the Rothschilds, like, and their little banking system, and it's like there's so many rabbit holes, and you can't even, like, you can't even get through them all. I know, it's a corporation, yeah, and the Federal Reserve Bank is, you know, I mean, the bank needs to go belly up, the bank needs to fold on us. The whole system, I guess it's going to have to reset like they're talking about. But it's all shaping up like that. It's all really backed by the United Nations. And then the Rockefellers too. It's so weird. The Rockefellers, like, are behind so much. Especially, like, the pharmacy and then the American Medical Association. And they all just, like, do what they do to, like, you know, create these ways to, like, lie to people and convince them to believe in whatever they want us to believe that serves them. Especially the medication thing, when you start getting into the CEO of Wally World. Well, I'm sure they're all just the, you know, the globalists or whatever, but it's like, when I first was listening to a lot of that stuff, I'm like, that sounded a little bit far-fetched, but the more you listen, the more research you do, the more you're like, oh my god. Like, because you'll hear things, and you're like, well, that's weird, why did they say that? And then, like, then you go and connect the dots, and then you're like, oh, god. And now I know why they said that. Shit. It's like, oh, the world really is owned by a bunch of globalist, money-hungry, like, Luciferians. Like, what? No way. Couldn't be, like, you know, it's like, that couldn't be it. But, again, like, why does nobody ever really want the details on the whole Epstein thing? Like, come on. Like, there's, like he was literally a CIA, like, dude that was, like, getting dirt on all these people for blackmail. There's, like, a book on that, actually. There's also a book called The Real Anthony Fauci that tells you all about his crimes against humanity, not just the ones during COVID. That whole thing was just, that's a whole whirlwind of shit, too. You're like, what the? But I don't know. I don't know how to wake these people up. Some people are still, like, they still believe all of it. But they're so, like, just stuck on it. They don't even want to, like, have their mind changed. Because then they'd have to question their whole life, existence, and their identity. And they might be fearful. Right? Because that's what happens. You get kind of scared when you realize that, like, oh my God. Like, wow. We really are, like, being played. And they all date back to the World War II people, too. That want to take over the world. Hi from Sweden. I'm Swedish. Yeah. And those people never really left power because Klaus Schwab started his World Economic Forum in January of 1972. And Nixon took us off the gold standard in August of 1970. I said 72, I meant 1971. January 71, look it up. January of 1971, World Economic Forum. And then, yeah, I heard Putin, I made a video on that, but, like, I really think it was bits and pieces of the speech. Also that because I really honestly think that, I'm a little confused on that. Part of me thinks he was saying that he would be, like, that they're playing with fire, like, why are they, but then he also makes a comment, like, they're scaring the whole world, like, so I don't know the truth on that, or if he's, like, saying that they're the ones making the world believe that he would do that, but, like, I don't know. You know, I don't believe everything that's the problem. They put little bits and pieces of a news story to freak people out to get all the views, and then sometimes it's mixed and twisted and not the real story. And they do that all the time. And I'm not even saying it's just CNN. Like, I've seen Fox News do it too. Because I can be objective and, like, I thought something was bullshit. I can call it out if I'm like, because they will misquote and, like, twist things around or show, like, a portion of an interview. So, yeah, I know the news organizations. Yeah, they're all just. I just can't believe it's daylight savings. I gotta go. I gotta try to go to bed. I just couldn't. I can't believe it turned over 3 o'clock. That was. It is the women that need the government to protect them, and they cannot. So let's go, government. I don't know. I'm just saying those same people are in charge. And it goes back to the eugenics. And the same people that created Planned Parenthood. Margaret Sanger. But nobody will do their research. Nobody. Like, why? Why will, like, these, like, super progressive, like, liberals, I'm not saying Republicans are white as snow, but I'm just referring to my beef with, those arrogant fucking, like, they're so fucking, like, ugh, they just irk me. They irk me. You know what I'm talking about? And they're like, trying to tell us why gender is not assigned, but why you're cis, You're cisgender makes you, like, offensive. It's, like, all a bunch of, like, there's, I don't even know. I can't with them. And then they're, like, gonna talk about, yeah, it's fucking 4 o'clock because it's daylight savings. So, I mean, you're like, Margaret Sanger worked under this doctor who was, like, sterilizing people in Puerto Rico, and, like, she was a part of the eugenics. Like, she was, like, Nazi Germany, hello. Like, there's, like, a movement of these people. Like, do you know that, like, COVID, like, even in, in Sweden, you got universal health care, and they just, like, kind of let it go, and survival of the fittest, right? It's like, I know I do have to go to bed. Oh, I went on a big fucking rant. No, because I didn't know it was 3 o'clock. I was like 2, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll get up at 10, it'll be great. And then I'm like, what the fuck, man? The time zone. Alright, I guess I ranted enough. AI is taking over. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Sort of. There's a lot of that gonna happen, but we also have an aging population and a bunch of people that don't want to reproduce because, again, Planned Parenthood and, like, oh, children are expensive and, like, brainwashing. So, yeah. We had more immigrants than we did births in the United States. And now he's got the audacity, makes me sick, to say, like, oh, we've got the best bill. We've got the best border bill ever. But you Republicans won't sign it. Because they put a bunch of other fucking shit in the bill. $100 fucking billion. It was $118 billion fucking bill. $20 billion of it going to fix the border that they fucked up in the fucking first place. And the rest was all gonna go to wars. Where's these, like, liberal that are like, oh, we care about people, we're anti-war. Why are they backing this person? Like, I'm so lost for words. Like, I just don't get it. I don't. My mind can't fucking comprehend the fact that, like, these people are incapable of, like, using their prefrontal cortex and, like, having, like, an actual thought. Yeah, well, we still had a fuck ton less immigration. And you know what? They have a fuck more, you'll get arrested in fucking Taiwan. You try to fucking break your visa. Go try it in another country, what they do over here. And find out what happens. I'm serious. They actually have their laws that they follow with their, with their security. You can't have open borders. You got, like, 6 billion people on the planet that are, like, impoverished. Don't you think they all want to come over to this United States because, oh, there's all this opportunity? It's like, it's mathematically impossible to put all those people here. So that's great that you want to take everybody in, but they're welcome to go to your fucking house and live. There is no fucking free money. You fucking kidding me? No. And they're the ones creating this inflation and making our money worth less and less and less, and our quality of life less and less and less, and everything be so fucking expensive. And it's all a con. And Big Pharma is the biggest fucking con of them all. Truly. Because they want all of you on fucking statins. They want all you fucking overweight, like you are, and not working out, and not eating properly, eating all this fucking genetically modified fucking food, and then going, doctor, I'm depressed. Let me get a pill to fix it. Oh, well, now my libido's bad. Let me get a pill to fix it. Like, it's a joke. Yeah, they're the ones getting free money. Yeah, absolutely. With the taxing and also the inflation they create by printing all this money so that they can fucking spend it. Like, but talk to a liberal about that. Talk to a liberal about, like, they literally, I did try once and I was told I was speaking on emotion and that they were spinning facts and that I was basically just fucking stupid, didn't know what I was talking about, and that we had plenty of money and that it was real money that the Federal Reserve was printing. And it's actually a promissory note, which means promise to pay back because, again, it's debt that's created. But, that goes over their fucking heads, right over their blue fucking hair and their fucking, I don't know. I mean, I had blue hair last week too, so I can't really speak on that, but I know, it's IOU, I know. I gotta go to sleep. Oh, thanks for letting me rant, though. Have a good night.